and break down what was easily one of the most dramatic, emotionally charged Group H finales in World Cup history. Seriously, this match had literally everything. Massive stakes, stunning errors, tactical masterclasses, and just absolute heartbreak.
It's the question on the minds of football fans all over the globe right now. How does a World Cup powerhouse spectacularly collapse in just 90 minutes? To really understand how Uruguay's turbulent tournament came to such a shocking end, we gotta rewind a bit and look at the massive stakes going into this match.
Section 1. High stakes at Guadalajara. So the atmosphere inside this packed Mexican stadium was absolutely electric, but the pressure on the two sides couldn't have been more asymmetrical. On one side, you've got Spain. They're calm, collected, aiming simply to preserve their unbeaten streak and lock down that #1 spot in the group. But on the exact opposite end of the spectrum, Uruguay. They are quite literally fighting for their tournament survival. And beyond just the math of the group table, there's this intense internal tension brewing in the South American camp. Manager Marcelo Bielsa desperately needed a statement victory just to unify and validate his squad. So you have La Hoa playing with clinical confidence, while Bielsa's desperate squad is carrying the weight of all that internal turmoil right on their shoulders. Section 2. The tactical chess match. For the first 40 minutes, both teams played incredibly cautiously. You know, it was exactly what you'd expect from two heavyweights kind of feeling each other out. But then we hit the 42nd minute. This is the exact moment the deadlock broke, and that quiet, tactical chess match we were just talking about transformed into sheer emotional chaos. The human element behind this breakthrough is just agonizing. Spain executes this beautiful move. Marcos Llorente delivers a sharp cross into the penalty area, perfectly finding Álex Baena. Baena turns, unleashes a low, right-footed strike. It's a solid shot, but honestly, it's one you expect a veteran keeper to save. And 40-year-old Uruguayan goalkeeper Fernando Muslera does actually manage to get his hands on it. But in a moment of absolute calamity, he tragically lets it slip right through his grasp. You can only imagine the agony as he has to turn and watch the ball slowly roll over the line to give Spain a 1-0 lead. Now, misfortunes rarely happen in isolation, do they? A cascading disaster struck Uruguay in a matter of minutes. Just moments after that devastating goal, their midfield anchor, Manuel Ugarte, suffers a severe leg injury. It's so bad he literally has to be carted off the field, which forces Bielsa to bring on Nicolas de la Cruz. And then, right as the halftime whistle blows, the emotional toll peaks. A heartbroken Fernando Muslera, clearly feeling the immense weight of his mistake, actually requests to be substituted. The veteran steps down, and Bielsa's forced to bring on Sergio Rocher in goal for the second half. Section 3. Boiling point and substitutions. Desperate for an equalizer in the second half, Uruguay pushed forward hard, but the frustration quickly boiled over. You can really see the stark divergence between the two dugouts, right around the 56th minute. Uruguay's captain, Federico Valverde, is subbed out for striker Federico Villañas, and Valverde is visibly upset leaving the pitch. The pressure is clearly cracking the foundation. Meanwhile, Spain, they're demonstrating complete control. Manager Luis de la Fuente is clinically executing his bench strategy, effectively utilizing his depth to introduce Dani Olmo and Fabian Ruiz. He's injecting fresh energy into the midfield to completely suffocate the game, all while Uruguay is just scrambling for a lifeline. Section 4. Late drama and chaos. As the clock ticked down, the match completely exploded into life, and the desperation reached an absolute fever pitch. At the 85-minute mark, Uruguay comes so agonizingly close. Matias Oliveira unleashes a blistering shot destined for the top corner, but Spain's Unai Simón pulls off a world-class reflex save. 3 minutes later, at 88 minutes, Spanish substitute Ferran Torres nearly puts the game to bed entirely, crashing a powerful effort violently against the crossbar. Then we hit stoppage time, and all discipline just vanishes. Viñas goes down in the area, the Uruguayans scream for a penalty, but the referee waves play on. And the frustration completely spills over in the 94th minute. Agustín Cannabio flies in with a reckless tackle on Spain's young defender Pau Cubarsí and is shown a straight red card. That was pretty much the final nail in the coffin. Section 5. The shocking aftermath. The true cost of those 90 minutes becomes painfully clear when you look at the final standings for Group H. Spain sits totally dominant at the top with 7 points, celebrating their first-place finish and booking a round of 32 matchup against either Austria or Algeria. And look at who took second, debutants Cape Verde making incredible history by claiming the other qualification spot. Meanwhile, Uruguay finishes third with a meager 2 points. It's a powerhouse hitting rock bottom, resulting in a premature, stunning elimination. And the human cost of this collapse was undeniable. As the Spanish players celebrated their victory, several Uruguayan players left the pitch in tears, and they did so amidst ringing boos from a deeply disappointed crowd in Guadalajara. It was a really dark, tragic ending to an incredibly turbulent campaign that promised so much, but ultimately delivered only heartbreak. Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought to chew on. We just watched a tactical chess match turn into a complete emotional unraveling. So does this turbulent campaign and spectacular collapse signal a permanent changing of the guard for Uruguayan football? Or is this just a painful chapter they will eventually rewrite? It's a question the footballing world is going to be debating for quite some time. Thanks for joining.